the plaque that's on stage here. This plaque will be installed with the other 24 plaques in the Walk of Fame outside the Braves Museum in Monument Grove at Turner Field, along with the large number 10. Also, the painting you see on stage here is an original that will be placed in the Braves Hall of Fame on the club level at Turner Field. And Chipper Jones, you are now officially inducted as the newest member into the Braves Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Chipper Jones.
I don't know where to start. I was sitting back in the back of the room and seeing all the ex-teammates and the Hall of Famers that came out today. Truly blown away by it. Usually we're doing this in the 400 Club up at the stadium. There's a lot of people here, and I just want to say thank you to each and everybody that took time out of their busy Fridays, I'm sure, to come out and spend the afternoon with the Jones family. There's so many people I need to thank. Please, I don't like to write stuff down. I feel like it's more heartfelt when I can look everybody in the eye, which tends me, I tend to leave some people out, but I'm going to try and get to everybody. Obviously, the two most important people are Larry and Lynn, my mother and father. They've been there for me since day one. They just had their 43rd wedding anniversary earlier this month. Couldn't be prouder of the fact that the two of them have lasted this long. I don't know how you did it, Mom. Good job. All those stories you hear of us in the backyard, every one of them are true. Baseball has been my life. I've taken time out to play other sports during the course of my life, but I always knew where my bread was buttered, and that was come springtime when it was time to hit the baseball field. Football, basketball, running track, that was just extracurricular activities after school just to keep me out of trouble. It didn't always work, but here we are. We always had to pay a little more attention to detail come to springtime. It was always, it was never, hey Dad, let's go up and run pass patterns at the football field, but it was always, hey, let's go up and hit, let's go up and take some ground balls, let's get some throwing in, I think we ran the bases from time to time, you give me fungos in the outfield just in case my future was as an outfielder, and actually my career in the big league started as an outfielder. They were great. They made tough decisions during my childhood, whether it was knocking me on the head for making a D in English, or spanking my behind when I told a little white lie, or sending me off to private school 2 hours away to board at Jacksonville Bowles High School because they knew that I would get a better education and I would play better competition. Can't thank you enough. So glad you were here to share this with me. I know four Jones boys in the house today. Got my oldest Matthew, he's 15. Trey's 12. Shay, my goodness, for that haircut. My little Birdman down here has got the mohawk. Shay, he's fixing to turn 9, and Tristan's fixing to turn 8. So glad to have all you guys here. Can't wait for what the future holds for us. I know Daddy's been away a long time. I've been a part-time dad, but I'm looking forward to watching you guys grow up and being there and sharing it with you. My grandmother, Esther Jones, in the house, never missed a spring training game. At every home spring training game in Orlando, Florida, for the last 14 years, 15 years.
Wow.
My favorite aunt, Judy, my dad's sister. Don't get to see her a lot, but love you to death. Thank you for coming. Over here at the friends table, I forgot about my lovely girlfriend, Taylor. My life has turned a complete 180 since you've come into my life, sweetie, and I love you very much. Her mom, Taylor, her mom, Lisa, Terry, her son, Bryson, BB, my confidant, my main man. He was as instrumental as my dad was being in the backyard. We used to live half a mile from each other. We spent every day together. You know, he was 2 years older than me. He was kicking my butt every day, and he forced me to have to play at a higher level. And I think playing against that constant, really good competition all the way up, whether it was Little League, whether it was Babe Ruth, whether it was American Legion, high school, and on into the pros, I was always playing against older, more mature players, and it forced me to get the best out of myself. Chuck Foss, financial guy, love you, buddy. Been there for me. My partner in crime on the golf course, Mr. Carter Smith from Cartersville, Georgia. Red, good to see you, buddy. My partner in crime in the tree stand and his wife, Matt and Jesse Duff. Thanks for coming. It's I really can't believe this. I'm a little sheepish. I'm almost embarrassed because I really don't think that I deserve all this. I really don't. I play baseball for God's sake. You know, I do one thing better than most of you guys in here, and that's it. And to get all this, all these accolades and all this attention, and to have all this happen is really awe-inspiring for me. I know my mom and dad, they'll be telling that, you know, what happened today. I mean, Hank Aaron acknowledged my parents. That's crazy. I mean, if he acknowledged, I mean, he was looking me in the eye and I was blushing. My goodness, I can't imagine what mom and dad were doing. It's good to see Ted Turner back in the house. Thanks for being here, buddy. We miss you. It was a lot more entertaining when you were here, buddy. I can tell you that. Really want to acknowledge some of the teammates along the way that you know, I can't substitute those friendships, especially the ones that you make at the minor league level when you're coming up with such good players. And make no bones about it, the success of this organization did not solely start at the big league level. They started a winning attitude at the minor league level. We had some of the greatest teams in the minor leagues that were ever assembled. I think that 1992 Greenville Braves team won 106 games out of 144. We were pretty good, folks. And I remember having that camaraderie with Eddie Perez, who I still contend is probably my most favorite teammate of all time. I don't know, where you at, buddy? I know you're around here somewhere. Where you at? Yeah, there you go. All right. Guy kept me in constant stitches. He kept Javi Lopez in line, you know, backed him up. Javi's in the house tonight. It's good to see you. Brian Klesko, got a chance to play golf with him up in Connecticut this past week. Catch up with him a little bit. Those are the friendships that you forge, and you know, we pushed each other. You know, we knew that we were going to each get our opportunity at the big league level, and the Braves organization was on the upswing, and we kind of pushed each other to say to ourselves, you know what, when we get there, we're not going to be the weak link. And I think secretly we were all holding out hope that the Braves wouldn't win a World Series until we got here. Am I right? Am I right? we wanted to be, you know, the first ones there. And lo and behold, when, you know, I think Javi and Klesko came up a little before I did in '92 and whatnot. But man, when we got our cup of coffees in '93, we knew that the future was going to be bright. 94, 95, obviously with the strike in '94, we didn't get a chance to do it, but I don't know, it was different. There in 1995, it just seemed like the stars and the moons had just lined up. You got three of the greatest pitchers to ever walk on top of a hill, taking the mound. You got the Steve Averys and the Pete Smiths and the Kent Merkers and guys like that. Rounding out our rotation. I mean, you're going to win a lot of ball games, and it's just, they make it easy on us as position players to go out and do your job, because wherever Javi or Eddie set up, that's where the pitch was, you know, and it gives yourself an optimum chance to be in the right spot to make the play for them. Position players that took me under their wing once I got here, obviously, I know Terry Pendleton's here. He was my mentor. He taught me how to play the game. I can remember when I was on the disabled list in 1994. There's no secret why they put me in the locker right next to Terry Pendleton. They wanted me to watch him day in and day out. And I can remember he'd come in, he'd be dripping sweat, and he could barely walk. He'd sit down and he'd fall into his chair. And he'd look at me and he'd elbow me and he'd go, "Hey kid, you take my shoes off for me?" You serious? Yeah. Take my shoes. I can't bend over to take my shoes off. And watching him struggle day in and day out, and literally, you know, throughout the first couple weeks of spring training, he couldn't throw the ball across the infield without a relay guy. You know, I mean, he was having to work at the game, and the game really took its toll on him. And right then and there, you learn that you're not going to go out there at 100% every single night. But I think everybody that was a teammate at Terry Pendleton's will tell you the Atlanta Braves were a much better team when he was out there on the field. And I learned a lot from Terry. Terry, you were a great mentor to me. I know you're around here somewhere. I love you to death. I can't thank you enough for taking me under your wing. David Justice, Kiki, Marquise. I know Marquise is here somewhere. Ronnie Gant. I know I'm missing somebody, but the Lemkes, the Blausers, all these guys, they showed me the ropes, and they showed me how to play the game the Braves way. Bobby set a good example at the top, and his players reflected that all the way down. They passed the torch on to me, and now it's time, you know, last year in 2012 for me to do the same to the young guys that are coming up. The Brian McCanns, the Freddie Freemans, the Jason Haywards. These are the guys that are going to take us into the next era of Braves baseball. And I know that sometimes maybe I was an ass, you know, as many people said. I didn't know I was that big of an ass, but you know, whatever. I got my point across, and sometimes they didn't like it. If I was a little too stern, if I thought I was a little too stern, at least I was man enough to come up and say, you know what, I apologize, you know? But I think that I tried to get across the same message that Terry Pendleton got across to me, that this is the way it's going to be done, and this is the way we do things around here. And it's been successful for a long time, and we got a pretty good formula working right now. And I could not be prouder of this Braves team. I know a lot's been said. You know, it might not be the prettiest thing. You know, a lot of strikeouts and whatnot. All you need to know about is 5.5 games up in first place. These guys are doing it. They're doing it right. Freddie Gonzalez has come in and followed a great example set by Bobby Cox. And when Freddie came in, I was certainly one to endorse his hire. He's done a great job in leading the Braves to the playoffs last year, and hopefully set on winning the National League East this year. It's been a great day for the Jones family. I thank each and every one of you guys for coming out here and spending it with us. I'm truly humbled to be standing here in such great elite company. I'd be lying if I said the first day I walked into Fulton County Stadium and I saw Hank's number 44, and Murph, Nuxie, Spawny, Eddie Matthews, that I didn't dream that one day number 10 would be up there. If you're going to dream, you're going to dream big. And I wanted to dream, you know, as high as I could. Now to stand here 20 some odd years later and have that dream come to fruition tonight. It's really unbelievable to me. It's I can't express to you the gratitude that I have to the Braves organization for giving me a chance to play the game of baseball at its highest level for a long period of time, for them to show me the loyalty in wanting to keep me here in Atlanta for 19 wonderful seasons and be able to give myself, my boys, a wonderful life. I could never thank you enough. I wish all of you Godspeed. I want to let these guys get out of here. I can feel them rolling their eyes at me right now, wanting to get out of here because I was sitting in the same seat you were a few years back. So, but again, thank you to everyone. I hope to see you tonight, and go Braves. All right.